Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. As-salatu was-salamu ala Rasulullah. Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters. Welcome to this daily khatera from ICHC. In today's khatera, we are going to see a verse from Surah An-Nur. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this verse says, وعد الله الذين آمنوا منكم وعملوا الصالحات ليستخلفنهم في الأرض كما استخلف الذين من قبلهم وليمكنن لهم دينهم الذي ارتضى لهم وليبدلنهم من بعد خوفهم أمنا يعبدونني لا يشركون بي شيئا ومن كفر بعد ذلك فأولئك هم الفاسقون, which can be roughly translated to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised those among you who believe and do righteous good deeds that He will certainly grant them succession to the present rulers in the land, as He granted to those before them, and that He will grant them the authority to practice their religion which He has chosen for them, which is Islam. And He will surely give them in exchange a safe security after their fear provided by the believers. Worship me and do not associate anything in worship with me. But whoever disbelieves after this, they are al-fasiqeen, rebellious, disobedient to Allah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this ayah is making a promise to the believers. This promise has three components. The first one, that they will be successor and the rulers of the earth. The second one, that the religion Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has chosen for them will prevail. And the third part, or the third component of the promise, that their fear will be turned into calmness. These are the three parts that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant to His slaves. We don't know when this is going to happen, or if it was already happened and done. We don't know if this is something would happen several times during the course of history, but we know for sure that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made this promise. However, this is not what I want to talk about. I want to point out the last part of the ayah, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions that there will be someone who will turn away even after all of these promises made true. Now, let's see that at the beginning of the ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talking about الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, those who believe and do righteous good deeds. Among these group of people that the promises will be coming true for them, and after these promises are made true, some of them will convert back to kufr and shirk wal-iyadu billah. And subhanallah, the fast of this conversion is, we can see it in the ayah itself. It's happening so quickly. It's still in the same verse. Maybe you can read it in one breath. And yet, the conversion was already made from الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ to al-fasiqeen, those whom are rebellious, those whom are disobedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this conversion back from Islam happened in no time. And what scares me here, that even if you are following the rules of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and doing all of these beautiful good deeds, that there is still a chance that your life might turn upside down, and for any reason you will get easily persuaded by shaitan and you will convert back from the religion of Islam. And we find in the hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam several narrations that would support this meaning, that this conversion can happen in no time, that it can happen between a day and night. For example, this hadith narrated by Abu Huraira radiyallahu anhu, that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, بادروا بالأعمال فترا كقطع الليل المظلم يصبح الرجل مؤمنا ويمسي كافرا ويمسي مؤمنا ويصبح كافرا يبيع دينه بعرض من الدنيا. So a rough translation, be promote in doing good deeds before you are overtaken by the turbulence, which would be like a part of a dark night. A man would be a believer in the morning and turn to disbelief in the evening. Or he would be a believer in the evening and turn disbeliever in the morning, and would sell his faith for worldly goods. So you can see from the hadith that these conversions can happen even without us being aware, or that we, fully making that decision. They are like night and day. They are just flipping, like exactly like you are flipping a coin. So one of the dua that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to frequently recite is a dua that says, Ya muqallib al-qulub, thabbit qalbi ala dinik. O controller of the hearts, make my heart steadfast in your religion. And this is a beautiful dua, because in another narration to a very similar hadith, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is saying that the hearts of the people are between two fingers of Allah, that He is flipping them as He wishes. So we always ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and seek refuge in Him that He would make our hearts very stable, very steadfast into His religion. And this is a very blessed time to make this dua. Soon we are entering into the final days of Ramadan, into the last 10 days of Ramadan. We all know that these are very blessed and high values days of the month. So I encourage myself and encourage you to increase in your worships, increase in your prayer, increase in your Quran. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to set us all free from the hellfire and accept all of our prayers, accept all of our reading Quran, accept all of our fasting as they should be accepted from Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. Lastly, please remember to subscribe and donate to the masjid. قولوا قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه فيغفر المستغفرين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.